All right. Hello, everyone. I can't believe we're doing this again because we haven't been podcasting for over a year. I'm Fat Willy, joined by Sky and Pewds, or Dylan, whichever one you want to call him. Doesn't really matter anymore. Um, if you hear my chair creaking in the background, I apologize. I'm fat. They don't call me Fat Willy for no reason. And my chair is in absolute misery. Today, we're going to be recapping from the Clash to COTA, because we were going to do the first 12 races, and then we realized that might be a little bit much. So we might just do 6 race episodes, but we will see. If we feel like we could squeeze in a few more here and there, we might. We're doing the top 3 NASCAR series. We're not doing ARCA because, let's be honest, not that many people watch ARCA. We may do SRX. Not really sure yet. That is 6 races, so we may just do an episode devoted to that. Other than that, though, I doubt we do IndyCar or F1 because not everyone here watches that. So, you know. But, yeah. So if you guys got anything to say before we hop really deep into this, yeah, here's your chance.
I'm just ready to go, honestly.
All right. Pewds,
I'm excited.
Woo NASCAR.
All right. Well, I will say I remember going into this race not liking the what they chose to do the track for. I thought it was stupid, and they went all the way to Los Angeles in California, all the way across the United States away from the East Coast, and built this track. Paid money to build the track when they could have just used Bowman Gray. But I'm from North Carolina, and I'm biased. So, yeah.
I think a lot of fans, they weren't excited that it was in LA and it's the Coliseum, but I think they were happy to see the next gens and NASCAR being back. Oh Lord, were we in a treat for the next gens? But yeah, I don't like this track, but other than iRacing, the NASCAR iRacing series, it's not a points race, so I don't care that much. But yeah, I wasn't happy about the track, but I was happy that NASCAR was back.
I totally just didn't expose myself on Discord, by the way. We're going to ignore that, though. Yeah. I remember this was the week before the Super Bowl. And so I was glad NASCAR was back, obviously. But, like, in terms of the race itself, we'll start with what I remember before we watch the highlights. I don't remember the actual race for much. I remember Elliott spinning. I remember Logano winning and then them wrecking in front of him. And I remember the thing that pissed me off the most about the race was when Kyle Larson wrecked Justin Haley. That was the part that pissed me off about the race.
For me, it wasn't only that. It was when I think Blaney hit the wall or got put in the wall. I forget.
Yeah, by Eric Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, he got walled. And he was in the middle. Like, by the way, that's stupid. Drivers literally just sitting in the middle of the track pretty much and just literally just sitting there watching them go around. It was kind of funny, but it's like, come on, man. Yeah. When Blaney threw his Hans thing, I was like, bro, this is going to be, oh, man. But yeah, I don't really remember much. Ty Dillon was a bulldozer. I know that.
Yeah.
That was in the heat race, though, which is what we're going to start with first. So, because I don't know if you have it up, but it's the Busch, Haley, Reddick, Logano win heat races at the Clash. It's on YouTube. It's about NASCAR on Fox.
I'm not zero.
Okay. Well, you got it. Sky, you good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you can sit on mine. I'm stupid.
We know.
Well, okay. Well, very, very cool.
Coming to green to start the Busch Light.
Are we going?
Yeah.
Wilson clicked on the race itself.
Yeah. Whoops. I don't know why I done that.
Now we should be good.
Alright, I'm at 0.
Yeah, you're good to start.
Green flag, we're underway.
Now, we probably will skim through these videos. Heads up on that, Rico. We probably won't watch the whole thing because I don't.
I mean, I don't really care if we do or don't.
I mean, we can. I guess we do got that time, so why not? For this race,
I just remember being perplexed by this track. Like I said before, props to NASCAR for being able to get this facility built like it is. Like, yeah, the Coliseum's its own thing, but this track itself, yeah, NASCAR had really good people build this thing. It was fun, but I still think that the Clash belongs at Daytona, where it started. But yeah, I mean, the racing wasn't bad. The name of the game was basically what you just seen right there, bumping each other out of the way.
Fucking Blaney, holy shit! I forgot how aggressive he was.
Yeah.
I will say it would be It would be a lot more fun if this race was ran at night.
It will be this year. It will end at night. So, in 2023, it will at least be at night.
Man, that was awesome.
That'll be dope.
Number 2, Reddick and Custer, the front row, and we're under green.
The heat races with Todd Dillon in them are the more entertaining ones.
Well, it
Because he
was
kept
really.
sending everybody.
I think that was just the LCQ. I don't think he actually did anything in the.
Almost 4 wide. As Briscoe stuck the nose down.
The fact that you can fit cars 4 wide at this track is crazy to me. And this was our first time really seeing the next gen car like race.
In a race, yeah.
So we didn't have enough information. I think this track's just too small for us to really gather anything. But I will say, what you're seeing right now, for those who didn't keep up with the season or anything, this is about what the short track races have been like all year. The package is not the greatest short track wise. I'm sure they'll work on that or figure something out to make it closer. NASCAR always does.
I mean, in all honesty, this was, looking back on it now, this was one of the best short track races of the season.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only one I would genuinely say was better was the second Martinsville race and maybe Bristol.
I remember us being in a party watching this, and we were all just talking about how weird the cars, just how the number placement and everything. This was the first time we actually got to see every car like this. Because test cars, some had them on the door, some didn't. So the number placement, moving it toward the front wheels, was new this year.
It got really normal really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, now seeing people that make designs with the numbers back on the door, it looks weird.
Yeah,
it kind of does,
makes me
yeah.
uncomfortable. I'm like, why?
And this is the first start that we actually saw the outside first 3 rows be able to hang on and stay with those guys on the inside.
And that's where you're wanting that spotter. You're waiting for that spotter, the eye in the sky.
But I've been personally a big fan of this car since they revealed it back in 2020. Just the prototypes. I just remember being in love with it.
I'm not a fan of the injuries. That has to be fixed.
Yeah, no, the injuries. They plan to do some work with that during the off season. I think we'll get more into the injury side of things later in the season when we started all noticing it more. Yeah.
Ryan Priest, former champ Kurt Busch, and Ty Dillon.
Oh boy.
25 laps. Green flag.
Oh, this is the fun one.
I forgot Priest was in this race.
Oh yeah, he was.
Hey, speaking of Ryan Priest, he's full-time at Cup next season.
Yeah.
Full-time in the 41 car.
I was a little concerned because Eric Eastep was saying, like, you know, if Tony Stewart and Gene Haas doesn't come up with a plan for Ryan Priest, at least keep him in Xfinity for another season or so. But really, the whole thing was, if you kept him in Xfinity, what if he had an opportunity with, like, I don't know, some other big shot team? I don't know what team that would be, but you know what I mean? Like, so the fact that Tony Stewart got his dirt guy, it's nice for him and Haas. And it's good for Custer because he's gonna smoke the Xfinity series next year.
Yeah, he's gonna be OP.
And the Deuce comes in. The Deuce comes flying in there.
Where did he come from?
Speaking of McDowell, Mr. Consistent, like the best season on paper.
Yeah.
For his career.
And that moves Eric Jones in the 43 to 4th, the bubble spot.
Yeah, drivers kept pinching each other with these very, I want to say, quickly put together inside walls. I mean, what I mean by that, I think we'll see that during the race with Justin Haley's wreck, but he hit the wall so hard the wall moved, like
And ours?
basically broke.
It happens in Cindric's crash too. Not his crash in the LCQ.
I also remember Almirola almost climbing the wall.
Yeah.
That was something.
And
Boy, did this win right here set in stone anything to happen this season.
Chase
This will be
Elliott
great.
is kind of more scary now that we look on it. Knowing what has happened.
Thanks, Fox.
Yep. Thanks for the ad, Fox.
Hey, race fans, thank
All right, we'll skip through this in a little bit more because there's gonna be highlights for the whole race.
Nothing there.
Wait, what?
We'll skip the. Oh shoot! I keep forgetting Pewds in 100. Go to the actual Busch Clash race.
I have an ad. A poker ad.
You're fine. Keep forgetting. Pewds' Discord won't let him watch it with us, so we have to wait on Pewds.
Come on, Discord. Hurry up. Alright, I'm at 0.
Okay, you can just start it whenever. I'll let you know when we skip. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot, I forget.
And then Haley, Logano, and Suarez.
Oh, whoops. I didn't pause it.
Byron to the inside on the 14.
Another thing I remember this race where is a lot of good drivers had mechanical problems.
Yeah. And it was around the same area and time, too. Like, I remember one car fell under caution, by the way, and then another car under caution.
Hate to spoil the party, but that was Reddick. He was.
Yeah,
I think,
Reddick was a regular.
I know Hamlin's not. Hamlin had an issue. He was one of the first ones.
yeah,
And
that's
our
what brought
first
up the
spin of the race, Stenhouse.
Really lived up to the Spinhouse name here.
Yep. I remember not being surprised by seeing that 47 car backwards. No hate towards Stenhouse, just following the narrative.
There's Hamlin. No
Oh,
damage on the front of that car, but
Oh, you guys already saw the spin. You guys are already skipping.
We started like 30 seconds into the video.
Do not count. So going to the infield, you cannot lose a lap.
Where are you guys at now?
Hamlin's issue.
They're pulling Hamlin's hood up.
Hamlin's car.
We'll skip past this. We don't really need to see this.
And there's the Reddick issue.
Yeah, Reddick's issue's right here.
Same exact thing.
It was
He
so
was
weird
in the
because-
lead when this
Yeah, he
happened, by the
was
way.
leading, yeah.
And no offense to Fox, sorry, but we literally came back from commercial and all of a sudden, oh, Tyler Reddick stopped on track. What? What do you want about?
Yeah, Fox. If Fox magically ever watches this, we gotta fix the commercial. Oh boy.
Well,
All right. We don't talk about this.
Good
All
old
right? We don't
Elliott
even have
spinning.
to talk about this. Look, you know what? I'm not gonna. This is gonna become a theme this season.
Not Chase
Early
Elliott
in the
self-spin,
season.
lol.
Yeah,
Chase
Chase Elliott
Elliott,
self
Chase
spin.
Elliott.
I think Chase got a little help though.
I don't think he
What?
did. He lost
Actually, I'm
it.
pretty sure Elliott
Yeah.
hopped his way in his corner.
Chase Elliott
I
self-spin,
Exactly
remember,
what he did.
I remember in a party you blamed Blaney. You were so mad until you saw what happened. Well, Blaney did bump him, and I will say that. But he didn't bump
He
him the
didn't
next
spin
turn.
it. Yeah.
That just shows you, by the way, that angle there, how hard that car hit the wall, even though it don't look like it hits that hard. Yeah, it gives it a pretty good shaking when it hits the wall. And there's a bump. Dang, that's a big one.
Another caution?
Logano goes to the front. Kyle Busch to second.
Let's see if he gets around back to it. Staying in the front. Kyle's gonna let him have
Oh, yep. Here's the Blaney issue.
Yep.
Timing is everything.
into the infield there, so wisely NASCAR throws the caution. Still side by side for the lead.
Another, yeah, right here.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I was talking about with the wall breaking.
I just realized that last video never showed the LCQ, but the second LCQ was a wreck fest.
Yeah,
That
it a
was the
mess.
biggest. That was some of the biggest damage we've seen all season. When you think about it.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that hard of a hit.
Hang on. Ty Dillon's car, or not Ty Dillon, Justin Hanley's car, dude. Holy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a hitter out of our race.
Because he hit the concrete wall. Yeah, this pissed me off because it wasn't even Haley's fault, and then Larson wrecked him for it.
Exactly what we talked about earlier. It wasn't necessarily
But what race did Larson not make contact with people this year? I'll be honest.
Facts. Yeah, no. For those who don't know what happened, what you just seen right there, that's unacceptable in my book. I get it if Haley was to do something to Larson. To be fair to Haley right here, he got bumped into Larson right here. Yeah. He got shoved in there, and Larson was like, oh, you bumped me, I'm going to completely destroy your car.
Which, I don't think Larson meant to wreck him, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
He was way low in turn 2 that time. Two laps to go. Logano extends his advantage, but now traffic ahead.
Kyle's struggling. He can't get through the middle of the corner anymore. Starting to slide up, getting.
I think we really wanted Justin Haley to win this. Right? Like when we saw how far he was.
Flag, last lap.
Oh damn.
I thought Kyle Busch was going to send it as hard as he could into this corner right here, but
should have rode the wall.
Just too small, not enough room. Joey Logano wins the Clash in 2022, and boy, did this not. You know what? We're going to save that for more episodes, but I forgot we had a wreck afterwards.
You know, honestly, Kyle Busch should have rode the wall. He would have been the first to do it, and it probably would have worked.
Yeah, at a track like this one, oh yeah.
Joey Logano wins the Busch Clash.
I will give Logano credit. He is really good at winning tracks when they go to them for the first time. Like if he wins the Chicago Street Course,
track races.
If he wins the Chicago Street Course, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It is a road course, so I don't know.
It's a street course.
That'll be something.
It's honestly like a glorified short track. In all honesty.
It could be like another Charlotte Oval, or it could be another Road America.
All right, dual time. I'll wait on you, Pewds.
Beautiful day here.
Oh, great.
This video has a ton of ads.
I remember
Logano getting dumped. That's it. And
I remember being excited for the plate races.
It's the blue-green. Hang on. It's a blue-green vacation duel at Daytona, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's by Fox. Yep.
I'm at 0.
8 minutes, 5 seconds.
I remember. I could agree with you. I was decently excited for the plate racing. However, I'll turn this back a little bit. I was not all that hyped after these races because the racing in these races was mediocre as all can be.
Well, at the start of the season, they didn't have a lot of backup cars. Like teams didn't have a lot of resources yet, so they took it easy in these races.
But these races, in terms of dual races, are honestly some of the worst in recent memory.
Yeah.
They were interesting in their own way, though. So, but in terms of the actual racing product, it wasn't very good.
One thing you saw right off the bat, and I kind of anticipated this, was that 5 car obviously going to be on the pole unless something happens right here. Move down in front of his teammate. All 3 Henry Motorsports cars.
But yeah, that's right. Kyle Larson got the pole for the 500.
Yeah.
You'll see that guy get out of Dodge. Yeah, 12 Chevrolet drivers.
And he still wrecked Harvick in the 500. That wasn't his fault, to be fair, but
When has a Honda car not qualified on pole, or at least the front
I
row?
don't really. Danica Patrick was the last time, or was it Dylan?
Austin Dillon 2014.
Yeah, so Dylan was the last time I can remember.
No, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Oh yeah,
2020.
Stenhouse. Yeah, that's right. That was a hell of a lap by Stenhouse in 2022. That was insane. Could not believe that in 2020.
Yeah, people were like, "What, Stenhouse?"
By himself at that.
Dude, this was so weird seeing pit stops like this for the first time ever.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were so slow back then too. Like they got a lot better at it at the season went on.
Took him a minute to. It took everybody an entire minute to like adjust to this car and just everything new to it.
Oh, pain.
I think one episode we got to go over the specs of this car and what changed from 2021 to 2022 car wise. Because yeah, pain for Blaney fans here.
2022 was just pain for Blaney fans.
Yeah.
Pain. Yeah, Cindric, let's help. Nope, let's just. Son of a. Yeah. And once again, now that.
I like how how Mike specified an Xfinity champ because Blaney doesn't have one.
Yeah.
This was kind of hard, hard for me to believe because Brad Keselowski had won a dual race. Keselowski transferred to partial ownership to Roush Fenway, which is now Roush. Was it Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing or something?
RFK, yeah.
So it was cool to see him win a dual race in his first.
Yeah, it was cool seeing RFK win.
This
the fact that,
this was not foreshadowing, however. He did not do crap after this win.
yeah, I was gonna say the hype really died down after the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only guy Chris Buescher, Christopher Buescher, there we go, carried the torch for RFK this year.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything besides that Bristol race.
I mean, he ran better, but in terms
He
of like
ran better, yeah.
as like the team in general, I wouldn't say either one of them carried. They just kind of ran good when they ran good.
They also ran good at Martinsville until someone got that.
This was kind of
First
crazy.
race.
I barely remember this, but Gralla passing on like the last lap to get in the 500 was pretty cool.
It was.
That car, first start for that team, that money team racing car, the 50, and they made the 500. So that was cool for them. Everyone liked that.
No fans in the grandstands for the duels.
Greg Biffle for NY Racing. That was a surprise for me, by the way. The Greg Biffle car, the 44.
Yeah, they kind of quit running about halfway through the season.
Well, it was so random. It was one of the more random cars in the field, but you knew it was there.
They didn't run after what, like Vegas or something like that, and they just quit racing.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest. The Greg Biffle thing was really not that hyped. I think because of the next gen cars and like just everything else.
And that team
the
sucked.
team he was driving from.
Yeah,
and
because those cars, that was the 44 car back in like 2014 and stuff. That was still that 44 car is the same one. Oh, I don't remember this.
Yeah, Hamlin lost it.
You were celebrating too early. Do I know about that?
Ah, man, he got caught celebrating too early. That's crazy.
I know all too much about that. COTA.
Same, especially this year. All right, yeah, here we go. We got to see our first crash, or an ad actually.
I didn't get an ad, so I don't know.
Oh.
I'll pause it.
Why did I get an ad?
I'll pause it. Don't worry.
I skipped it. Okay,
now I remember this. And he Rex Logano.
This was our first crash that we were able to see.
That was awesome.
And I remember looking at this car and thinking it had no damage.
Oh, I'm gonna skip back here a little bit. This is one of the worst blocks I have ever seen.
And this is not a surprise from Joey Logano, by the way. He's done this 1,000 times on plate tracks and just everywhere else. So this right here is no surprise.
And then
to me.
complains about getting flipped over.
He pulled a Pewds block.
And another issue that this car had, as you can see, them wheels are just completely off balance everywhere.
Yeah, that wasn't.
By the way, RFK to sweep the dual races. Joey Logano now wears glasses. That's crazy. Yeah, the what is it called? Independent
Rear suspension.
Rear suspension. The wheels had toe links and they would break easily, and that's why Logano's car looked like it was all lopsided. And there, speaking of Greg Biffle, there's his car.
I remember people were like asking for photos left and right, like Bob Hawkris and all of them. They were posting as many pictures as they could get of the Logano car because people wanted to see what the damage was like from a next gen car, like, you know what I mean? But little did we know, the front end didn't mean jack squat.
Yeah, the front NASCAR, they have it down path, basically. Like, yeah, hits are still hard, obviously. But little did we know later in the season, the back end of the race car would be an issue.
The biggest issue we had with this car starting out was if you spun, you couldn't go because your tires were flat.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
four
such a
tires are
huge.
pop.
I'm sorry, but if you a Pewds block is when I throw blocks in league racing, and
They're bad.
This is a perfect example of a Pewds block IRL.
Indeed. See, this is legit one of the worst blocks I've ever seen, though. That was
It
like
was
an
netcode,
iRacing netcode block. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Logano was lagging on Butcher's screen, that's why I hit him.
honestly.
But no, yeah, we had that, and then toe links would snap really easily. Like, you'd barely tap the wall and you'd break a toe link.
So when Kyle Busch said his car is killed, some people started believing it.
Oh, Pewds 500 highlights.
No, don't go to the 500 highlights. Do the truck series one. I don't know why they're not on here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the 500 is going to be interesting. I could see a... Yeah, okay. It's going to be something.
Well, okay. Can I go? I'm gonna go now, and then hopefully I'll be back by the time the 500 starts.
Okay.
Wilson, you
you're
want to
good.
just do cup stuff, bro?
No, I plan on doing everything.
Okay.
Here we go.
Trucks was...
This race was not that bad, but it wasn't that great either.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll be back in a little bit. Just a little bit.
A lot of lineup changes in this series. This race in particular was... I like trucks, personally. I think it's a great series. So, me being me, I was excited to watch this race.
I don't remember that.
I don't.
The
I don't
only
either.
two things I remember for this race was the big crash toward the end and then Zane Smith winning. This race otherwise was eh. See, I don't even remember that happening.
Me either.
That's John Hunter Nemechek leading that outside train.
Oh, Dean Thompson
I don't even remember this.
with an issue.
Talladega truck race are better than Daytona truck races, and you can't change my mind on that.
Oh no, I agree.
But I'm not saying this race is bad, but I think they need more plate races and trucks.
We need 2 Daytona and Talladega races.
I mean, they took an Xfinity race off of an Xfinity Talladega race off, so that sucks.
Oh, he gets into Majeski. That's what I'll say. Oh, hopefully he doesn't end up with a left rear flat from that little contact.
It's got to like where he's riding. He is
Time was a...
Choo choo! Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was
Yeah.
Jack Wood.
I just remember thinking, huh? How?
This will be a very common thing to happen throughout the year.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys will pick up on that pretty quickly that this 24 truck had Bless this truck's heart.
I'm gonna make a counter for this because I'm genuinely curious to how many times he wrecked. Let me find. I might have an EK in it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the telescope going here. I was gonna really point out it was in this range right there, but now my circles have got it all messed up. But he gets jacked up from behind, and it was just
Turn 2, caution.
I don't remember
my
this.
circle that I was
Oh,
drawing.
never mind. I don't remember that.
Tire rub again for.
Boy, Corey Heim has had a tough night. It started with that contact on pit road, and it's gone from bad to worse.
Yeah.
Remember, Austin Hill, he knows his way around Daytona, won here in the truck in 2019.
I feel like the end of this race got very annoying because there was a lot of small crashes like this.
Yeah.
And it kept ticking down laps.
Trying to dodge Fogelman.
Yep, Chris Wright in the 44.
So you pretty much seen everything with that crash. We'll skip forward.
Well. Holy smokes, that really jumbled everything up, and it's going to be interesting to see how the
Taking a look outside, Eckes comes up the block.
Yeah, I remember this because Jacob, which is one of my friends that I was watching the race with, he said there was going to be a wreck on the last lap, and he was pretty dang close to being right.
The flagman waved to the white with his right hand, and then the yellow came out.
I was super happy here because Zane Smith, he's my favorite Truck Series driver, so he got the win there.
Not yet.
And when you win in NASCAR,
He hadn't won yet. They had a restart, and then they had that other wreck.
Tried to make a move to the outside,
But it was stupid,
put the block on. There's
and they threw a caution early.
Eckes leading, and I watch Ankrum get to the outside, and Eckes moves up, and just a little bit of contact right there.
And that was John Hunter Nemechek trying to make a move.
But that
I'd
is
say that
a
truck's lucky it didn't go over there.
that is a classic big one.
Yep.
In the restart,
Then this restart.
the green flag is out.
You don't miss much.
That was a classic pushing through the tri-oval. In NASCAR, you don't really want to do that too much.
Takes over the lead.
Ah, Parker Kligerman, pain.
Kligerman now
You know what?
by himself.
Something happens to Parker later in the season. I think that's pretty dope.
Zane Smith out front again, bringing him
I don't remember the. Did they wreck on this lap?
Yeah, they wrecked right here, and it wasn't even that bad of a crash. They just threw the caution early.
final lap
Oh.
into the wall.
Oh wow.
Still
Yeah.
up, and now we go caution, and it is Zane Smith who was so
Yeah, and then Zane. Whoa. Okay.
I am happy for him.
Okay, Fox.
Ran a very calculated race.
yeah, and he
And yeah, Zane Smith wins. So that's really all you get with trucks. That wasn't all that great of a race, but it wasn't bad.
And the best clips from Fox Sports.
This race, however,
It's time to go racing.
was cool.
This is awesome.
I loved this race.
This series was a close favorite this year for me. I really enjoy this series. And then Xfinity plate races are always something else.
You know what I genuinely don't remember? I genuinely don't remember the ARCA race. Yes, I do. Never mind. Drew Dollar wrecked.
And the cart that are going to pull out front here is the one.
That's gonna be a that's
So
funny because
it's funny because I don't think Drew Dollar ever got another race after this race, and he wrecked in this race. I remember that.
in the same exact paint scheme in the same exact part of the racetrack,
Yeah, it was crazy.
you
how
did the
similar it
same
was.
exact
It was
thing.
on like lap 7 too. It didn't take very long.
Yeah, it was the first wreck of this race, and it was funny.
We'll go ahead to save some time.
All about the back of the car.
Yeah, it's coming up.
He knows
Yeah, here we go. Right here.
Right here.
Black and yellow car on the bottom.
and you're seeing him.
Gets tapped, loses it, outside wall.
Poor Jeremy Clements,
He
by
did.
the way, but he got redemption
Yeah.
later in the year.
So
Oh yeah. This yeah. So Drew Dollar did the same exact thing basically, minus collecting other cars in the ARCA race.
No, he did collect another car in the ARCA race, I think. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
just hit it nose first.
But he did it in the same exact part,
Sideways after it.
except in ARCA it was near the end of the race.
Yeah, so the 16 has a couple options here on how he can build a run. He either can back off the and that creates the big run.
I think this is all that really happened. Was nothing
So Colleague
crazy.
Racing, a team, their organization's really well at plate tracks.
Yes, they are. But another
So
guy
that's
who's good
why-
at plate tracks is Austin Hill. Austin Hill was really good at plate tracks.
Austin Hill,
In fact, he
a
wins this race.
very good plate racer. Yeah, he does win. We also have a spectacular crash at the end of this race.
Yes, probably the worst crash I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was something.
That's 3 straight stage wins.
Alright, so we'll go ahead. Yeah, nothing really happened in stage 2, other than I remember, I think it's this lap, where Gregson nearly gets turned. Yeah, I think it's right here.
Yep. Coming out of 2. Yep. Save that. I do remember that. And then here came AJ Allmendinger through the middle. Beautiful move, by the way. Shout out to Brandon Brown there. Red, white, and blue car on the top.
Yeah, I remember thinking they were going to wreck right there.
And then you just had everyone jostling for position on the top lane. Guys going through the middle. Myatt Snyder getting hung out right there in the middle. You don't want to do that at these types of races. But Daniel Hemrick winning stage 2. Yep, 2 for 2. The twofer. Yeah, that was.
I do not remember this.
I
do not remember Mayer spinning.
Yes, he does. These stops with 45 to go.
And now he's going to have to take tires on top of that.
I do remember the crash is about to happen, though.
I do remember Chad Canals being in the booth. I do remember that for some reason.
And Hamlin. Yep.
Here we go. Yep.
So, we had a joke about this. That 38 car is driven by CJ McLaughlin. I have a teacher who was Mr. McLaughlin. I'm not going to give away his first name. But we called the teacher K-Mac, and since they had the same last name, we called CJ McLaughlin K-Mac. Or we called Scott McLaughlin and IndyCar K-Mac as well. Just because it was funny.
So anytime there was an incident with that car, like, oh no,
no, K-Mac! Yeah. So if we make that joke throughout recording this podcast, that's why.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, unfortunate for Daniel Hemrick there. He got involved in that.
Unfortunate for really a lot of the underfunded teams here, because this took out a lot of back markers.
Or Alpha Prime, bro.
K-Mac lost talent.
Yeah. Big hits right there by everyone. Brett Moffitt got the grass. These cars, the Xfinity cars, still get the front end tore up by grass or the turf.
That's going to be interesting if we see that happen to a Cup car. Because we haven't seen that yet. Unless you want to count Buescher
off the ground. Well, Buescher hit a drain.
Yeah, and it hit it with his wheel. But, like, if the car hits, like, the start of the grass and gets... Like, you know how LaJoy bounced at Atlanta?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if that happened and they nosedive in.
You know, the grass can get you, but
ooh, that'd be something then.
Recently, I'm surprised it was that soft, and that's what tore up the front end.
Phew. Wow.
Yeah, we'll go a little bit ahead here because, well, same stuff.
All right, yeah, here we go. This is where you're...
Why are we just... Okay, there we go.
And there the inside lane broke up, going down the back straightaway.
All right, so this is coming out of 4, Kona the White.
This is the only race I actually wanted Austin Hill to win. Because he hadn't won a race yet.
For those wondering, this is Hill's first time in an Xfinity car.
Yes. Well,
so
not his first time,
win,
but his first
full season.
Yeah. Because he ran that 61 for a Tory.
Yeah, keep your eye on the middle of the pack. Because, yeah. Right there. Yeah. So that kind of wreck happens quite a bit. Not at a crazy amount. It only happens at places like Daytona or Talladega.
Genuinely the worst crash I've ever seen, though.
Yeah, it was bad. But Austin Hill grabbed the dub. He won the Xfinity race. Well,
I don't think it's gonna show a replay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Snyder's car is pretty messed up. You can see he did get out. He was alive. So for anyone who
he was good.
Genuinely watch NASCAR, he was fine.
These are some of the safest cars on the planet, to be exact. They are really good here.
We're at the Daytona 500 now. I remember this being hype for this race. We'll skip to the end of stage 1 because that's really when the first major thing happened. This is when we found out about the wheel issues, though, because this is Villeneuve spinning.
First start for that team in the Cup Series. That's Hesselberg, racing or something?
Heisberg.
Yeah, so as he brought up the wheel issue, this was going to become a theme throughout like the first 10 races of the season.
Justin Haley having a problem.
Go back and see that incident. I remember this, but like very briefly.
Yeah, everybody kind of scattered. Everybody just scattered waiting on the caution there.
Here's the radio chatter.
This is kind of a common wreck at Daytona. Someone getting bumped in a corner and it not quite working out.
Yeah.
But this was over a wheel. Just so we're all on the same page, that was over a wheel.
Haley either lost a tire,
yeah.
But that tire looks intact.
That's why that's considered a danger.
Yeah, but this was not the actual. We'll pause it real quick because something big's about to happen. But that wasn't because the wheel coming off. That's the actual like tire.
That's the tire itself. Yeah, it came off of the wheel. Which
So
is weird.
Weird, yeah. Because I don't remember that happening again. Yeah, this was our first.
Only if they would have stayed on this onboard shot right here. But they cut to Byron and Kyle Busch. Byron, huge hit in the inside wall. I remember going into this race thinking that this car wouldn't flip.
Well, that's what we were told, too. Like, they were like, it ain't gonna flip. It's meant to stay on the ground.
Yeah, there ain't no way to flip. But
it happened.
We had some friends telling us that car, the 21, had went upside down, and I was like, there's no way. But if you look at it, clearly you can tell that it's been upside down, and this is what we're talking about here.
Yeah, Brad Keselowski got a lot of hate for how much he was pushing in this race, but
I don't think he was in the wrong here. I think he was going for it, in my book. And yeah.
Excuse me. Ah.
Yeah, it's just symmetrical underneath the car. These cars were weird to pop off the ground slightly once they were hit. It just new car things, I guess.
This was one of those wrecks where you don't expect it to happen because it's early in the race.
Yeah. Like blowovers were something that happened late in the race.
Yeah, like I mean,
first stage.
But I mean, you think about it. Our last few blowovers in the Cup Series happened in stage 1, like Logano at Talladega, and Burton here. They happened all in stage 1. So it's that end of stage 1.
And this onboard shot was crazy, right there.
It was weird too because that car was spinning for a while before it caught air, so it had slowed down a little bit.
He got hit in the door. And yeah, these cars are bad to do the crab walk too.
Most normal Denny Hamlin moment.
Yeah. So yeah, he was sideways. He's still sideways for a long time. Hits
Hamlin gets airborne too, so it's not like.
It's very weird that his car blew over. Looking back at it, it just looks weird, and it caught me off guard. But I like blowovers as long as no one gets hurt, so I wasn't complaining.
So we'll go to
NASCAR made it clear. Yeah, photo finish for the stage.
The Harrison Burton
is back.
Yeah, the Harrison Burton flip was.
Hey NASCAR fans, I'm Amber Bolkin. Crash! I remember that because
up in the air.
This was fun. This was so funny to me during the actual race. Hey NASCAR fans, I'm Amber Bolkin. Crash!
This crash showed us what bitching is. Yeah.
Pretty much. You got loose.
Poor Logano. I laughed at him, not gonna lie. Yeah. Cars were bad to do this very thing right here. They get stuck in the turf. Yeah, just getting loose out of four. I thought this car was going over from the replay. I mean, you look at it.
If he wouldn't have hit
There's
the wall.
There's a little flap right there on the diffuser that comes down when the car gets backwards. That's what keeps that car on the ground for the most part, other than the roof flaps.
If he wouldn't have hit the wall before he got hit, he probably would have flipped. But he hit the wall, and that kind of just scraping against the wall just kept it down a lot. Plus the roof and diffuser flaps. So we'll go.
What is?
This is hard.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, some people
Huge hit for
blamed.
Gregson.
Some people blame this crash on Larson, but Larson lifted, so I don't really know how. Well, what else Larson could do?
I was one of those that blamed it on Larson.
Because I mean, you can see right before he hits him. There's
Busher was basically stopped. It looks like Harvick couldn't do nothing. Larson was lifting. It just It was just a lot of checkup going on, and then it was just unfortunate
But this
that
is racing.
yeah. I mean, you're just going for it.
Harvick honestly lost it, if we're being completely honest. So.
Big hit for Gregson, and Todd Gilliland, big hit there.
Eric Jones in it. Chase Elliott self-spin low. Should we count that too? Because he's been done 2 of those now.
Yeah, he spun himself out right there. Very on board with Harv.
So Elliott drove through the grass on this one. So yeah, that's nice camera. But we'll go a little bit more ahead because this race is going to take forever at this rate. Oh yeah, it's Stenhouse getting turned.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's really all you need to see with that crash. That's basically all that happened.
Let's watch the final restart, like from the. Well,
I love Mike Joy's just
crash
when there's a wreck. Crash.
Okay, this is just replays.
Yeah, here we go.
Is this final restart? Yeah, it is. All right.
Yep. For those who didn't watch it, the car out front right now, the 2-car, Austin Cindric, his first ever attempt at this race. No, he did it in 2021. This was his second.
Yeah.
First full-time season, though. And, yeah, we'll just let it play on from here.
I remember just standing in front of the TV.
I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
I wasn't even sitting down for like the last 10 laps. I just had to stand because, yeah. I mean, I'm a Blaney fan.
Blaney has been in this particular position. I don't know how many times in this race alone. One day he'll win that race. Dude.
I'm gonna kill that kid.
One day. Yeah, you guys are gonna see what happens here. Big shoves coming from everywhere. David Reagan, shout out David Reagan.
I'll be honest.
9th place.
I remember being kind of disappointed because there was no one who I really wanted to win this race up near the front other than Almirola, and, well, Keselowski would have been cool. Keselowski's who I was going for, but I wasn't really against any of these people winning it. I just had no one I really wanted to win it.
Bubba's going to get a big push. That's going to give Blaney a shove.
I think Blaney wanted to get Cindric clear. That was his main mentality, to make sure that at least one of the cars was going to win.
So Austin Cindric, oh Lord, big wreck. Yeah, Cindric won. He wins race 1 of the season, the first points race. 36.
Penske is undefeated to this point.
Holy.
So we'll go to now. So, Auto Club, we're not going to watch the highlights because this is honestly the only thing we remembered, was Brandon Jones deciding to eat the dust. Yeah.
I remember thinking this went a lot worse than it actually did when I seen the barrels and then the smoke.
Yeah, kind of same, but I just remember this wreck being weird. Poor Sheldon Creed never won a race.
Yeah. Ryan Blaney in the booth.
But for those wondering,
voice.
Cole Custer goes on to win this race. But that's really all that really happened. And then...
And right there, into the barrels. That's a lot softer than it looks, by the way. I've never experienced it, obviously, but it's not a safer barrier, so maybe it is a harder hit. I don't know.
Auto Club. This was awesome. This was a great
have an ad.
I also have an ad. You're welcome for the ad. Watch Hulu because I can't skip it.
Okay, yeah.
So we're gonna skip a little bit through this, but there was some crazy moments in this race.
All right, here we go. This was a perfect showing.
Chase Elliott, Salespin Lull.
Salespin Lull. This was a perfect showing of
How great the next gen was. This is perfect. I got another ad.
As did I. Well, mine's loading.
I got the same Hulu ad.
Yep.
Very cool, YouTube.
So what is that? 3 self spins now for Chase Elliott?
Three of them.
Lord.
I don't remember this crash.
Kyle Busch spun.
Yeah, there was the Kyle Busch spin.
On lap 15.
Well, I would be able to tell you. Okay, my video stopped playing. That's funny. Who's that? 77? Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they have their intermediate track package perfect, in my opinion. I absolutely love these kinds of races. All season they were great.
Crazy was this race was really led mostly by Eric Jones and Tyler Reddick in the first half.
Yeah. Like what you're looking at right now? Basically the whole race.
Until it
they
goes
were just swapping it.
Until it goes downhill for Reddick. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Jones was sort of there at the end. He just kind of fell off.
He fell off, yeah.
But Daniel Suarez was able to march his way up through here. We had Matt Kenseth up in the booth. Had a pretty funny moment during this race.
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll
yeah, with
here.
Logano, it's he calls up Logano and then Logano's like,
Logano's
hey,
like,
prick.
what's up, prick?
Yeah. Oh, one thing I do remember Auto Club weekend for was Ross Chastain absolutely demolished the wall in practice.
Oh yeah, that car was done. That was by far, I think, the hardest hit we had seen all season.
To this point,
even compared to the ones at Daytona. Ross Chastain's practice crash.
Very
I will
cool.
say one thing.
Another ad.
One thing that were wrong with this package that we still apparently can't figure out in NASCAR is the tire failures.
That's Goodyear's fault, though. Oh my god, I got the same ad 4 times in a row. YouTube, can we not?
What video's playing for me? That's funny.
It's gonna reset to whatever time I'm at as soon as this ad finishes. Yeah.
And we had Chris Buescher. Yeah, Chris Buescher spun. I don't remember this for some reason.
I do remember
I just saw
this
Tyler
one.
Reddick. Literally, they were under crank it up, and you just hear, and it's Tyler Reddick blowing his tire.
Keselowski spun. I don't really remember much of this, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Here's the Reddick incident. I think. Oh no, that was Almirola's save. I do remember that. Here's the Reddick incident.
What has happened to Tyler Reddick? Jamie.
He just radioed to his team. I got a vibration. He's saying it's a right rear flat. His team
He's gonna loop it right here.
Well, he gets hit first.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking of foreshadowing for what's gonna happen here in a few minutes.
And now caution waves.
It honestly wasn't all that bad until Byron hit him.
Yeah.
And Byron hits him. And... Now, there was a bigger crash in this race, I believe, when, like, Bubba and Keselowski and all them wrecked. I think it may be this one.
That'd be Brad's second incident because he spun out early in the race as well. Oh my gosh, if I get one more ad.
Hulu ad.
Well, I hope you guys like Hulu.
Hulu now has live sports, guys. You know that?
That's crazy.
Here's the incident.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
This.
Yeah.
I remember Burton being involved. Yeah, there's Burton coming in.
Poor Burton. He had a rough start to his Cup career, dude.
I remember people were mad at Byron for it because it looked like he just completely just door slammed Reddick.
Brad was coming down. He was splitting that up. I mean, in all fairness, Brad was coming down, but
oh, never mind. Saw the wreck you guys are talking about. Keselowski moment.
Chastain self-spin though.
Man, both of our drivers had a rough start to the year.
Well, I was happy after COTA.
No, and here comes the
I was
favorite
actually
moment.
pretty happy for the
Yeah, here
entire
comes
race.
highlight of the. Ooh,
We're gonna get another ad.
Oh my god.
Should have threw a caution
that
for that,
was
honestly.
Bowman moment. I
Going
was pretty
mid.
aggravated right about there. Yeah,
Stupid
I
mother.
was right there. I was ready to fight Kyle Larson. I had been fed up with Larson since the clash at this point, so I just remember being super angry. And then foreshadowing to what I was talking about a few moments ago, it looks normal. Everything's great.
Chase
And
Elliott's hell
Chase
spin
Elliott
low.
still spin low,
Four.
so
Number
that's.
4. We're only on race 2 of the season, and this is number 4.
But to think we're not done with this yet.
And we'll skip to the end because I don't think anything else crazy happened. It was a pretty normal finish.
My question is,
And
how did Blaney go from
Kyle
fifth
Larson wins Auto
I
Club.
don't think there were many races where Larson won where I wasn't pissed off, at least somewhat.
Oh, I don't
I
remember
forgot
that
that
at all.
happened.
Whoa.
Wait, what happened?
Last
Justin
lap,
Haley spun.
Haley spins, yeah. He got dumped by, I think Barry was the one driving in the
It
77.
was somebody.
I don't remember.
I think it was Landon Castle.
It may have been, I don't know. But yeah, Larson wins Auto Club. And we
That's
move
race 2 of
to
36.
the, I'm
Larson.
gonna just skip to the finish of this one because we've been recording for a while now.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
tight.
could just go through.
I'll
Yeah,
recap
that's
what I
fine.
remember from this race. There was Todd Bodine. He spun at one point. We'll
Ben
go to
Rhodes had a wreck.
Ben Rhodes almost flipped in his wreck. Hocevar I think spun at one point. I think this incident. Yeah.
Carson Hocevar. Poor Hocevar, dude. That was the theme of his season right there. That dude.
I do remember Kyle Busch or Eckes coming down on Kyle Busch. That was the thing that happened. Here's Ben Rhodes' incident. Airborne right there. And then right here's the incident with Busch and Eckes, I think.
Well, boys, I have to call it early. I don't have a choice. I was kind of made it right there. I'm not gonna go into details as to why. I'll
That's
just
the
mess.
incident referring to. You're good, Pewds.
Yep,
Okay.
you're good.
Have fun. And I'll catch you people on the next episode of Fat Willy podcast thing with
Yep.
Jiggy.
And then, other than that, I think this was the last incident until the last lap. Yeah. Smith
Chandler
wins.
Smith. Race 2 of the Truck Series season.
And there was a crash in the last lap that Fox or the NBC
Oh.
probably not going to show. So,
Yeah, it was a bad one, too.
yeah, it was pretty bad. This race was a bit better. Skip a little bit into it, though, because... Oh, this
Were we
is
at Atlanta?
This is Vegas. This is the start of the Ty Gibbs saga. Well, actually, that's not even...
Ty Gibbs had a topsy-turvy year. For me, as a fan of NASCAR.
All right, look, honesty right here, he didn't really do that much wrong. He just got on Gibbs's or Sieg's back bumper, and it just got him loose, and then Sieg lost it.
54 is fast. He's faster than a 39 car for sure.
And then
Sieg tried to get him back.
Sieg fails at getting him back right here.
Yep, wrecked himself. Thing about these Xfinity cars, the bodies on them are a lot tougher than, well, the Cup cars. They also have the same body material, but these cars
these
you can
cars
beat
are
and bang
just
with.
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they then had a rain delay, and they talked about it under the rain delay, and it was so anticlimactic. But yeah, Ryan Sieg kind of made himself look like an idiot there.
Yeah, and then went over to Ty Gibbs during that rain delay you were talking about. Made himself look dumb.
At least it's a DoorDash NASCAR ad. We'll skip through this. Gregson was really good in this race. Gregson dominates this race. Here's the Matt Mills crash that was on the thumbnail. I forgot.
Yeah, big hit.
I forgot Hammer ran that paint scheme, but that paint scheme was very nice. The South Point one.
Yes.
But yeah, Matt Mills eats doo-doo in this crash. Go back right here.
Yeah, it's someone else spin with him there.
Yeah, it was BJ McLeod, I think. It was 52 car. If I'm not mistaken.
Probably Greg Alding.
It was someone. And they had a bunch of different drivers in that car, so. Yeah, here's a good
Yeah, a bunch of back
right
marker
there.
cars have a bunch of different drivers.
Right there.
Yeah.
BJ.
You know it's a big hit when the car is off the ground. That high especially.
And oh yeah, this is the caution that changed the race. This one. And we automatically knew that somebody had been on top of another car based off the damage on that 99 car.
Yep.
And then boink. Hell of a ass pack right there. And more ads. Very nice.
It's not the only time this happens. The doing of the ass packing happens this season in Xfinity.
And then they got to the point of the race where they really couldn't stop wrecking.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they wreck off turn 4 here.
Right
here.
there.
Honestly, Ryan Truex, he didn't have as many starts in the 18 as what I felt like he was supposed to. He didn't even do bad either. Like, Ryan Truex doesn't do bad in this car, but he's not Sammy Smith or Trevor Bayne.
That scares me when this car is sideways down the middle of pit road. There's a lot of when everything checked up from the leaders.
But yeah, Ryan Truex kind of just lost it right there.
Big hit.
Well, that was violent, wasn't it?
And then they wrecked on pit road. And Riley Herb, something happened to him in this crash. I remember that, but... Oh, whoops, get too far. But yeah, everyone was pissed off that Ty Gibbs won this race, but I like Ty Gibbs, so I was okay with it. And we'll go to the Cup highlights for Vegas.
This race was something.
DoorDash ad.
Yeah. I wish I could become the future of NASCAR by DoorDashing.
Honestly.
Here we are. Green flag.
First 1.5 mile race. Bowman wins
Alex
stage.
Bowman.
There was a few spins in the early portion of the race. Chase Briscoe gets in Suarez. This is the first crash first crash that happened. Real crash, not just spin, that happened in this race.
Yeah, I do remember. Watching this one live, I remember this. Because not this wreck, I don't think, but there's one later on in the race, Bubba Wallace, right here, I believe. No, okay, it's one after this.
This is the one where Blaney got messed up. Sad Ford hours.
That's what a depressed Mustang looks like.
Basically, Keselowski spins, and it brings out a caution. Yeah, you can see it. And he gets hit. Or I think he's already been hit at this point. Yeah, just another spin on the restarts. These were common in this race, I feel like. Oh, yeah, first we can't... Oh, and Chastain ran good in this race. Yeah, good old... Yeah. And Chastain ran really good in this race. I'm pretty sure Chastain wins stage 2.
I remember being concerned about the random purple-pink patch.
Oh, yeah, on the back. Yeah, I hated that too. Honestly, they should have offered a diecast to this car. It really sucks that they didn't. Like, this is one of the few cars they didn't offer a diecast for. But yeah, Chastain won stage 2. And then they had to battle at the end after going for a long time with no cautions. And then we'll skip ahead to this, where Eric Jones hit the wall.
Oh, yeah, here's where the Bubba wreck comes in. He tries to avoid him. Close call there, but he's going to pay the price for it right here. Pace car had to stop.
Yeah, he hits the wall. And then other than that, that's two-tire stop for a lot of the two of the leaders, and good battle, but we'll skip through it because only the finish is what matters. And Alex Bowman gets his only win of the season. I really like Bowman, by the way. I call him Bowmid because it's funny, but Bowman is awesome. I met him in Charlotte this year, and he is awesome. So, even though we call him Bowmid because he's not all that good sometimes, still a really cool dude. So I'm not dissing Alex Bowman. But we will go. Oh, whoops.
So far, your winners this season are Austin Cindric by winning the Daytona 500 and Cup. Race 2 was for Kyle Larson, and then race 3, Alex Bowman.
We'll go to the only part that
Truex
mattered for
didn't
Phoenix.
have a race this weekend, so it was just Xfinity and Cup.
Yeah, this race had nothing to it other than Gragson winning.
What you're looking at right now is what happened.
All right, yeah, very cool, very exciting race.
Nice, yeah.
Honestly, not much happened in this race either. There was a few moments, but like we're gonna skip through it because who cares? The only part that I do remember was Chastain running really close to the front, and Chase Briscoe wins.
Yeah. Oh wait, you're skipping a part. You missed a part.
What? What part? What part?
Go back a little bit. Keep going. Think about it. Chase Elliott.
Oh yeah, Elliott does spin in this race. I forgot about that. It was early on.
He was near the front. I think it's right here actually. Maybe.
This is LaJoy's crash.
Whoa.
I do remember that.
That poor 7 car had tires fell like
Truex spin.
crazy.
Oh, that bell spin. I don't even remember that.
Spin.
I do remember that. Oh, see, Elliott's leading at this point. This is going to be...
Yeah. Oh, man. We've seen that too many times at Phoenix. Blowing a tire, that wall straightens itself out right there, and cars just right into it.
Dang, Elliott was in second with 26 to go.
Yeah, that's why I was so disappointed when he spun.
Does it not show his spin? Oh, no, he did. He had a bad pit stop. That's right. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott self-spin low.
Fifth time.
Yeah. 5th time in what? 3-4 races?
This is race 4.
So, yeah.
Chase Elliott self-spin. It's funny because we're not even making jokes about them being self-spins. All of them have legitimately been self-spins so far.
Yeah, he's literally just spun by himself. He spun out in testing at this track by himself.
And, but we will say that he has said he has struggled more with the next gen.
Yes.
So it's
and
not...
to be fair to the drivers, this car is a little more different than the car that they drove in 2021.
So yeah, Briscoe goes on to win this race. Danica Patrick sucks in the booth. Please let's not do this again, Fox.
What shoes you wearing, Danica? Good old Paul Tracy. Yep. Chase Briscoe wins race number 4 of the season.
And Chastain barely beats Reddick to the line.
This is where we started realizing what Ross Chastain was made of. In a sense. Oh boy, Atlanta. This was eventful.
This race sucked. This race itself was pretty mid.
Yeah, this was mid. But this, for those who don't know, Atlanta was reconfigured.
Chastain wrecked in this race. He hit the wall.
Wallace Allen.
Atlanta reconfiguration and the Nice Motorsport.
So now the race is like a plate track. Tate Fogelman spins.
Yeah, crash. It's just a bunch of minor crashes, but Nemechek got in the way of a lot of the leaders and let Corey Haim win.
I remember being a little mad about this, actually.
But I mean, he was a good teammate, so I can't really be mad.
But Corey Haim wins race number, what is this, 2, 3?
This was 3
race
for
3 in
trucks.
trucks.
This was Haim's first win, so pretty cool for him. Other than that, though, that's about all that happened in that race. This race was actually pretty good, though.
This one was nuts.
We'll skip a bit ahead to the first major thing that happened because it took a while. Yeah, this was the first major
Jade
crash.
Buford,
Oh, Buford.
Parker Clearman going to be driving that car full time next year. That's going to be something to look forward to.
This is back when we really thought Trevor Bayne would do really good. I'm really disappointed Bayne never won a race this season.
As am I.
A huge incident that took out a bunch of cars.
Yeah, the backstretch is fairly wide here, so if there's an accident, you seem to be able to get around it here. And the Xfinity drivers here have done a great job of not just avoiding wrecks, but not starting them to begin with.
This was Hemrick's crash. Basically, they pinch each other off and show it right here.
So graph moment.
Yeah.
I've said it all year. Love that 07 car for its paint schemes, but the driver is just not it.
I do remember this, and I felt terrible because I did not want Brandon Brown this man. I say let's go Brandon because I like Brandon Brown, not for political reasons.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, this is the big one.
Yeah, this was our first look at a big one at New Atlanta. These guys are booking it, by the way, at this track. Like I said, it races like a plate track in a sense. You still kind of get loose here and there, but as you can see, they're bunched up and together, and that's just a product of plate racing, I guess.
Yeah, this is the big one. Although it doesn't look like a big one from this camera angle, but more people.
There were more cars spinning up the track, or further up the track. Yeah, there's
more people in the room.
Here we go. You see Trevor move up in front of the 16. He's clear. It's just tight.
So I actually watched this race on the way to Atlanta for the Cup race. So I was at the Cup race for this. So yeah, and you see more people.
Everybody else. Whoa, I don't know who made that move. That was a great move down the middle of the back. Somebody threaded the needle there.
But we'll go ahead. There was a crash on a restart. I remember that. I remember what this caution's for. Ah, this sucked. I really wanted Sieg to win this race, but Gibbs' interview after the race was cool, so.
White stuff on the track is Speedy Drive. For
it's
those
actually
curious.
Coom, but, you know.
Yeah, car Coom.
No.
Coom that cars drive through. Yeah, Ty Gibbs. Great move on his part.
Couldn't give it
man,
to Ryan
I wanted
Sieg,
Ryan Sieg to win.
Couldn't give it to Ryan Sieg, though.
But the interview was cool.
Yeah.
So,
screw the date. I'm going to a party with the boys.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs had a date after this race. Yeah, here we go. Hold on. We might see it. This is when everyone liked Ty Gibbs.
Nah, I still think there was a lot of people that didn't like him.
You overcame an issue on pit road when you couldn't see with the sun in your eyes, and now you are more jacked than I think I've ever seen you for a win. Why is this one so big?
I don't know. I think, first of all, I want to say all glory to God. I want to say thank you for letting him be able to get me in these moments. Second of all, I want to say thank you to my team. What the heck? Oh my gosh. You know, I did not expect this at all. That was one of those where, you know, I learned a big lesson, just never give up, and let's go.
And I could hear your team. They told you, you're always in this. Never give up in an Xfinity race. How much of that did you think about, especially when you had to sit in your car there for the red flag?
Yeah, you know, it definitely was a long time, but, you know, I'll tell that date. I'll miss her. I'm missing the date. I'm going to go party with the boys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He ditched his date to hang out with his friends. And you know what? I'm for that. Because I've done that very thing before.
That was in the
so yeah, cool moment there. I had a hate boner for Ty Gibbs this year. I will admit that.
I never disliked him. Just kept supporting. It was hard, but I just kind of kept supporting Ty Gibbs.
There were certain moments it was hard to pull for him.
I will agree.
After knowing what I know now, that yeah.
I was looking at my phone when this wreck happened in the grandstands. So I missed it.
This was crazy. Last thing I expected was this crash. Big moment here. for Gregson.
Right here.
Yeah, overcorrected.
Yeah, he eats shit to say the
Big.
least.
Yeah, shit was 8.
We go back. Yeah, this wreck right here freaking sucked.
Yeah.
Luckily, he didn't DNF from it, but like every race I went to, for those who don't know, I am a Chastain fan. For every race I went to, he had an issue at some point in the race. So, and technically, I was gonna go to Martinsville. He still technically had an issue. He hit the wall.
It was a good issue.
It was just a good issue. Didn't really have an issue. He done it to himself, but still.
That was the best damage a car could ever have, honestly. You guys will see what we're talking about here in the future, but yeah, this was just a case of
tire
went down. Oh yeah, okay, right rear is what that one looked like. That's gonna be a theme this season, by the way. Right rears, boy, were they a mess.
I was paying attention to this wreck. I seen it coming. I was like, Dylan's gonna get turned, and then he got turned.
Right, got loose, back up the track. Ty Dillon also wrecks in the background. You'll see a green car hit the outside wall. There it is. He got in there. Chase Briscoe looks like.
The Dillon brothers wrecking is never a surprise to me.
Yeah.
This happens later on, which I believe this is when Reddick blows a tire. This was the big one.
Right rear.
This is the biggest
right rear. Outside wall. This is where LaJoy's car did the bunny hop across the grass.
Very good camera work.
Where LaJoy, the yellow and black car here through the grass right there.
We will have a very funny moment during the Coke 600, by the way, with me. So, for those who don't know, I'll spoil it for.
Case reveal.
I was on TV during the Coke 600 because I was cheering for Chastain. Pretty cool. I never expected to be on TV. But I've been on TV twice now because I was on TV at the NC State game when they played Boston College, so that's pretty cool as well. But other than that, yeah, another wreck.
Ooh,
hardest hit of the day, other than the Cinder
winner.
And then I don't really think much else happens for a while.
I know they have a wreck on the last lap coming to the line.
Yeah,
have
it
it
is.
Oh. You can play it.
Basically, yeah, Larson and Hamlin wreck. Seen this one coming too.
AMR safety crew is right there, but looks like Larson wants to drive that thing away. Watch the
yeah, it just turns Larson.
That's just bum drafting out of a corner. Simple. I mean, we see that at plate tracks sometimes. We've seen it in the 500 with Keselowski and Burton. That's just a classic case of pushing out of a corner.
And then, yeah, see, Chastain gets back up to the front. Oh, yeah, and then he turns Amarola.
I thought Amarola was blowing over there, I'm not going to lie.
I think we missed the wreck where Todd Gillen and all them wrecked, but that did happen at one point, too.
I know there's a big one coming straight to the finish line.
Yeah, that was a crash in the finish line.
I think it's right here going into turn 3. Big run coming. Here it comes.
There it is.
Oh, Ross Chastain. That might have been William Byron's best friend.
The runs you could generate at this track is insane. Yeah, here's where Ross started picking up the intensity. I was standing up. Oh. Don't remember that part of it.
Yeah, Bell really screwed any chance of any of them winning.
Yep. Ross probably, in my book, I would say he probably would have won that if it wasn't for that. Same could be said for the later Atlanta racing season. And yep, big one right here, big hits. William Byron wins race number 5 at Atlanta. So that's 5 out of 36.
Yeah, so Byron wins, and then we go to the truck race, which will honestly nothing exciting happened in this race. I don't remember any of the spins, but nothing exciting happened in this race up until the very finish. Oh, well, we're already past the moment.
Yeah.
Well, we're still not there yet. Dang.
Everyone was just shoving. Dude, the last 2 laps of this race, people were just shoving each other everywhere.
Yeah, so Kyle Busch was leading. Stuart Friesen wanted it, and so did Kyle
Alex
Busch.
Bowman.
And yeah, they all just.
Yep,
Yeah.
right there. And Zane Smith, Daytona winner, drives by.
And then you just go to the end of the race.
That's the story for the rest of the race.
Yeah, basically Zane Smith drives away and
Wins COTA. Race number, what is that? 4?
4, yeah.
For trucks. So he wins race 4 of trucks. Trucks and Xfinity run shorter schedules than Cup. For those wondering, that's why I'm like having a hard time keeping up with the math here.
But yeah, this win was actually pretty cool. This is like, oh,
Yeah.
he stole it. It was cool.
He can win on something other than a super speedway.
Which Zane's pretty good at road courses, so it's not like. And then the Xfinity race. I don't remember this race for much at all.
Yeah, I just remember the winner. That's it.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch was in this race, was he not?
No.
No.
Bubba Wallace.
Oh
was
no, I'm thinking of Ty Gibbs' car. Phew. Oh yeah, you're correct. It was Bubba Wallace. Allgaier spinning. I don't remember that.
Wow, look at Ty Gibbs running Ross Chastain wide. Unbelievable. And then
I forgot Ross ran road courses for that 92 car.
Yeah, sometimes. Took the lead right.
He ran him wide. Sam Mayer. Poor Sam Mayer.
Didn't win a race. That's even more surprising than Chilton Creed not winning a race. About the same, honestly.
This is Cole Custer.
Yeah.
I think that's Custer in the 07.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Whoa, big slot for Ty Gibbs there. This track, on a personal standpoint, I don't really like this track in NASCAR. It's just the coolest part of the race is the restarts.
It's better than Sonoma, in my opinion.
That's all right. I agree and don't agree. It's in the middle.
And Sonoma's not had very many exciting finishes, and this race at least has had some good finishes. So.
Big debris. Who is that, Alfredo? Somebody.
Yeah, like you don't do this at Sonoma.
Miguel Paludo in the 88.
Skip ahead a bit. I think there was another caution. Yeah, there was. And this is the restart where Chastain gets spun.
Right there. Landon Castle got him.
Landon Castle moment. Anyways,
all season.
We move on. And Allmendinger wins.
AJ Allmendinger wins. Yep.
I code it. Yeah, I don't remember
race
that race.
4. Or 5
all right.
Jeez,
Now my favorite race of this bit.
This was awesome. I liked the Cup race.
This race was honestly not that good. It was a very mediocre race. The only thing that kept this race good was the crashes or all the cautions at the end.
I fell asleep during the start of this race, actually. I slept through the first stage. I just remember being on edge these last 2 laps because I liked Ross and I liked Allmendinger. So it was like, okay, whoever wins, that's cool.
I honestly did not think anyone would get close to Chastain coming into this last lap. And God, was I wrong.
Right, Ross is like 4 or 5 car lengths ahead right here.
He's a second ahead, and this is the most nervous I was. Because I'm, like I said, Chastain fan going for his first win. I'm nervous as all hell. You can look at my reaction on my YouTube channel if you want to see the cringe-ass scream that I let out. But like
AJ was just
even
a
that
lot
good.
better.
Like he wasn't good through this section. He was only good
was
in the braking.
Yeah, he was able to outbrake Ross a lot in this lap. And you'll see that. He just insert Jaws theme music. Here you go, yeah. NASCAR don't have track limits, by the way, at these tracks.
Yeah,
not bad ones, at least. They're not as strict as F1 track limits.
Yeah.
But that's why Allmendinger was able to put his car where it was. Look at this right here. He closed that gap.
Hey, we can't
Right there.
we can't overlook how good Bowman was at COTA this year in both trucks and cup. Can't forget that. He was there.
Sitting third.
Almost stole
He
it in
won.
both series.
Yeah. Now this right here is just funny because isn't this where?
No, this isn't the bump yet. But he just closes so much ground.
He won't open this one up though right here. No.
Right there.
I thought Chastain was going in the gravel.
I did too. I thought AJ won it right there. I thought Chastain and Bowman were going to battle that out because Bowman bumps Ross right here, and the move Bowman makes, and Ross for that matter. And then Ross.
You're gonna have to move them both.
Ross done what I would have done. Yeah. Around goes Allmendinger, Ross Chastain. This is awesome. Ross Chastain is going to win COTA. That's race number 6.
Great race. 10 out of 10. Chastain wins. It's perfect. Best race ever. Yeah, this was my favorite race for most of the season. Or favorite finish at least. Because it was awesome. I was so happy that Chastain finally won.
Yeah, what a race that was. And the way he celebrates is cool too.
So, crazy thing, right, is I am a huge Chastain fan, and I only do not have one of his diecast. And the only one I don't have is on eBay for $650. And I'm considering buying it. If you guys want to support me in that, you should follow my Patreon, or get my Patreon.
Funny.
Yeah, because it's pretty damn expensive. But I'm kidding, obviously. I'm not going to ask people for money to buy a damn diecast. But
sounded like Morty from Rick and Morty when you were trying to say all that.
Right? But I am trying to get that diecast because I'm a huge Chastain fan. It would be the holy grail of my collection of Chastain diecast. But yeah, Chastain, I don't know if it's going to show the watermelon thing, but yeah. But that's episode 1, and that took a long time.
Yeah.
But we're done. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go to bed now. And only 6. I'm glad we didn't do 12 races. That would have took forever.
Yeah. We're an hour and 30 minutes in, and it's...
Yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.